Movies can move us to anger, tears, happiness, and romantic sighs. In today's list, we'll be talking about some of the scenes from popular movies that broke our hearts. Starting with number 10, Satine dies in Moulin Rouge. 2001's Moulin Rouge is the can-can dance you simply can't get enough of. This jukebox musical romantic drama featuring Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor shows us these lovers fighting any obstacles to be together. Kidman plays Satine, a cabaret actress and courtesan. McGregor plays Christian, an English poet. These two sing beautiful songs to each other. Come What May is one in particular, meaning that no matter what or who stands in their way, they will love each other till the end of time. However, due to tuberculosis, a disease prominent in Europe in the 20th century, Satine dies. During this spectacular show, she dies in Christian's arms. He cries out, but it's too late. She's gone. The same happens to my hopes and dreams of finding my true love. How about you? Number 9. Hazel's eulogy for Gus in The Fault in Our Stars. The 2014 coming-of-age romance film, The Fault in Our Stars, is a tragedy to begin with. From the very first scene, you know this film isn't gonna have a happy ending, but you keep on watching because you're a little bit sadistic towards yourself. Hazel is a girl who has stage 4 thyroid cancer that has spread to her lungs. She meets a guy called Gus, who suffers from something called osteosarcoma. These two fall madly in love with each other, with nothing to lose. They know this is their one chance to find love before they meet their ends. Hazel's eulogy to Gus after he passes is one of the most painful scenes I've ever watched in any film. I regret having seen it, to be honest. This is Hazel's eulogy to Gus. My name is Hazel. Augustus Waters was the great star-crossed love of my life. Ours was an epic love story, and I won't be able to get more than a sentence into it without disappearing into a puddle of tears. Gus knew. Gus knows. I will not tell you our love story, because like all real love stories, it will die with us, as it should. I'd hoped that he'd be eulogizing me, because there's no one I'd rather have. I wish someone would say such beautiful things about me, but unfortunately, and luckily, I don't have a terminal illness. Number 8. Bruno joins Shmuel in The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas was a 2008 tragedy film. It is based on the novel by John Boyne. This movie tells the story of a young German boy called Bruno, who befriends a Jewish boy called Shmuel during the Holocaust. Bruno is from a Nazi-supporting family, and Shmuel is in a concentration camp. Everything is not clearly explained to Bruno as to why he can't play with Shmuel through the fence. By defying his parents, Bruno wants to join Shmuel because he thinks things look less boring behind the fence. The ending of this movie leaves your mouth hanging open. In these shocking events, Bruno digs a hole under the fence to put on a prisoner uniform. Bruno walks around the camp looking for Shmuel's dad. Things take a turn for the worst as the last group of prisoners are pushed towards the gas chambers. Sadly, Bruno and Shmuel die together in the end. This is true friendship. I wish I had a friend like that who doesn't stab me in the back at the first opportunity they get. Next, at number 7, Jack's death in Titanic. Titanic, what more can I say? The movie that we love and hate at the same time. This is one that we can watch over and over again, always looking to relive that beautiful relationship between Jack, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and Rose, played by Kate Winslet. It ends with fans shaking their poor heads and sobbing their hearts out. Titanic is a 1997 romantic drama based on true events. Though the ship sinking is factual, the relationship between Jack and Rose is fictional. But for us, their relationship is more real than the boat itself. To sum up a 3-hour movie, for you to get to the most important scene is easy. Here goes. Jack likes Rose. Rose likes him back, but she's engaged to a bully named Cal. She dumps Cal, spits in his face, and runs to her lover Jack. Just as the two are reunited, their whole world comes unstuck. The Titanic is sinking, but their love is as solid as an iceberg. They're swimming around in icy cold water, but there's apparently only space for Rose on a floating door. As debatable as this scene is, you hate and cry when Jack dies in the freezing cold water while holding hands with Rose. She lets him go, and he sinks to the bottom of the ocean along with that beautiful face of his. Now grab me some tissues. Number 6. Mufasa's death in The Lion King. I hate to say it, but if you haven't seen the 1994 animation The Lion King, then there's something wrong with you. The Lion King is a beautiful story with beautiful music, but let's not forget that one scene that makes even adults cry. It doesn't matter how many times you've seen The Lion King, your heart drops into your chest every single time you see Mufasa falling to his death into a horde of stampeding buffalo. The look on his defeated face and his son Simba yelling "No!" ruins your childhood then and there. Simba searches for his dad until he finds him lifeless on the ground. He keeps trying to wake him up, but it's not working. He realizes that his dad is dead. It breaks my heart to even relive this moment. How about you? Number 5. Juno gives up her baby in Juno. Juno is that movie that you must have seen in high school. It's strange, but something you can somehow relate to. It's a movie that deals with the feelings of being different and not fitting in school. Teenager Juno gets pregnant after one romantic encounter. She feels overwhelmed knowing that she can't keep the baby. She decides against abortion, instead opting for adoption. Juno finds it hard to consider the right family to give her unborn child to. She first decides to ask the baby's father, Paulie, what he thinks she must do, but he's currently dating someone else, which sends Juno into a frenzy. She ends up going to the house of the potential adoptive parents, Mark and Vanessa Loring. But things there don't seem that stable either. Mark tells Juno that he's unhappy about leaving his wife, Vanessa. Then, Vanessa returns home from work, and Mark tells her what he thinks. Juno is completely distraught. She doesn't want her baby to be raised in an unstable home. Juno is on her own again until she decides that the Loring family is good enough to have her baby. She reconciles with her baby daddy, Paulie, before she gives birth. The worst scene of all is when Juno and Paulie decide not to see their baby. They don't want to get attached. They lie together on the hospital bed crying. This is heartbreaking because they're so young and shouldn't have to go through such pain by themselves. It's hard enough for adults, never mind teenagers. What do you guys think? Number 4. Oskar Schindler breaking down in Schindler's List. Schindler's List is a 1993 epic historical drama. The Holocaust is a devastating moment in history. Schindler's List depicts the horrible crimes committed against the Jewish people. In the movie, Oskar Schindler tries to save as many people as he can by selling his factory and property. But at the end of the movie, he realizes that he could have done more by selling his gold ring or even his car. He cries hopelessly. This is an extremely painful scene to watch. How do you feel about it? Number 3. Marley dies in Marley and Me. Most people have dogs. Most people have to go through the painful experience of losing their dog. Marley and Me is a 2008 American comedy drama about a couple adopting a beautiful Labrador retriever called Marley. Early in the movie, you become aware that the story isn't going to have a happy ending. It kind of reflects real life. There are funny moments and then devastating ones. By watching this scene where Marley dies, every memory of you losing your dog comes back, stinging you in the most painful of ways. I've only been able to watch this movie once and never again. It's always in the back of my mind. Number 2. The opening scene in Up. When you go to the movies, you expect just another cute animation with a heartwarming story. Not Up though. It starts off with the saddest intro ever witnessed in animation history. I don't know how kids feel about this scene, but there isn't a dry spot left on my pillowcase. The creators of Up were clearly trying to make adults cry. Up is a 2009 animation film about an old man named Carl. The opening scene shows us Carl meeting Ellie, falling in love with her, and having a happy life together. They want to have a baby together, but Ellie finds out that she can't bear children. The sad music in the background makes this scene really hard to watch. The worst part comes when the two grow old together and Ellie passes away, leaving Carl and us heartbroken. Thanks to Disney and Pixar for this unexpected depression. And finally, number 1, Dumbledore dies in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Harry Potter, our dearest friend, and his most loyal followers have been there all the way for the movies and the books. It's hard to recover from Dumbledore's fall. You just can't accept the death of the greatest wizard of all time. From the very first film, you're told that he's the greatest wizard alive. His reputation builds up more and more until season 6, where he's killed by Professor Snape. The worst part of this scene is when poor orphaned Harry crouches down to Dumbledore's dead body and starts crying. Harry sees Dumbledore as a mentor, father figure, and hero. All of those things are now gone with his death. How do you feel about it? Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let us know what you think is the saddest scene in a comment down below.